Welcome CSE 102. I'm going to record a quick video on using the format painter in Google Docs rather than using style. I already made a video using styles in Google Docs, which was a little bit of a challenge, and I'm going to see if this is faster. So I'm going to open up in Google Docs one of the files, and I'll say open with Google Docs because it's just previewing it, and it's kind of the blank Styles 04 that's not formatted yet except for the top line. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time. I'm just going to format this first line here, the one that has word processing software. And I think from what I remember, and I'm not even looking at anything, I think I did it in like 14 point. I think I made it red. And I think I did a space before, which again in Google Docs, it's going under format, line spacing, and then custom space. And that's where we do like a space before. I think it was something like 12. I think the second time around it was something like that. So I did that, and then I also set a tab, which was just basically setting a tab here, a right tab stop, and then kind of moving it so it goes to 6. So that's what I kind of did there. And I'm not going to make any styles. And then I'm going to highlight this stuff all the way through this. And I think what I did here was I indented it about 1/4 inch, which is about there. And then I think I also did a tab. Now I still have the issue with using the leaders, so I'll just leave it without leaders for right now. And that's all I did there. And then this one, I think I changed the font to Calibri, and I made it bold, and I made it blue. I'll just use just a regular blue up here. And then I also indented it 1/4 inch, and then I also had a space before, which again is going to format, line spacing, or you could use this thing too. There's a icon right here. I could go to custom spacing and do, I think it was 6 point before, so I'll hit apply. Okay, so that's kind of what I did. So these are those 3 styles, and I think this is bold too. So let me make that bold. I don't have my formatting marks on because I need that little extension, and I don't think I have it turned on right now. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something called Format Painter. You might have used this before, or you might not. And it works well, a couple ways. If you basically highlight the text you want to copy to somewhere else, you can just go here and click on this. Or if you double click on this, it lets you do it multiple times. Let me do it once. I'll just click on it, and then I'll look for another one. It's spreadsheet software. And if I just click here, it applies it, and then I guess I should highlight through this whole thing. And there it formats it exactly the same way. Now it doesn't make a style, so I can't edit it from a style sheet, but I can do that. And another thing I could do here is if I highlight this and I double click on Format Painter, I could do it multiple times. I could highlight these 2 paragraphs and it'll go in there. And see, it's still turned on. You see how it's still gray? I could go Excel through Office and it does it. And I could scroll down and do Access through this one. And for that matter, I could, what's sometimes easier is just to do all of them and then pull it out the other way. So then I'll do the general formats. Now one thing I got to watch here, because this is still turned on, I have to turn this off before I want to copy anymore. Make sure that's off, it's not gray. So if I want to copy this, and I didn't set the tab for this one yet, so let me set the tab here, right tab stop, and move it over to 6, just like the others. What I could do now is double click on this, and then if I highlight general formats, any place I see general formats, here's one, I'll highlight this one. And I don't know if I see any other general formats. There's just, I think, headings in here. So I'll turn this off, and then I'll just highlight this one again, highlight all the way through. I'll double click if I'm doing multiple ones, and I'll highlight presentation software. I'll highlight desktop publishing software, and I'll highlight graphics software. And that's pretty much it. I think I messed something up here. So if these are supposed to be in, well, the general format, I just have to turn this off, and then I could just kind of highlight. You only have to highlight one of them, and then you could even just click once, since I'm just doing this one time. So I'll highlight these 2 paragraphs and sets it up. So that didn't take long to format. The only issue with Format Painter is they're not saved as styles or anything. Now I could go and make them styles after the fact, but if I needed to change these, I needed to change the spacing. You know, I needed to add a little, you know, if I wanted this one being purple or something, I'd have to go here, make it purple, and then basically double click on here, and then every place where it's red I'd have to go back and kind of manually go and make it purple, which it's a little less work than if you had to format everything, because it's kind of holding all the settings for you. But it's not as efficient as using styles, because you don't have one place to globally update everything. But I just wanted to show you that if you've never used Format Painter before, that exists in Word and PowerPoint, that you can actually do that, and basically it just copies formatting. And if you just copy something and click it once, you could do it one at a time, or if you highlight something and double click twice, it kind of leaves it on, and then you could apply it to multiple things if you want to. So just wanted to point that out. That's Format Painter. It's kind of not as completely efficient as using styles, but in a jam, you can see it made formatting this thing a lot quicker than if we had to do it, one at a time and just keep repeating things as we go down. It's a way of kind of copying and pasting formatting, whereas styles really kind of saves it in a kind of a control panel area and lets you edit and modify them from that area. This, you have to do things a little more manually, but it's still a big help. So just wanted to point that out in Google. You do this in Word as well.